Guys, in today's video we're going to look at mixing in Cubase with only stock plugins. Stock plugins, nothing else. If you are ready, smash that subscribe button and also like the video, leave a comment, let me know where you are watching me from. Let's do this right after the intro. Yo, the name is Gossa once again, and still the solution carrier, providing solutions to your problems. Hit that subscribe button if you are new to this channel. To my returning subscribers, I say big shout out to you all for supporting this channel. Now today we're going to look at how you can actually mix in Cubase using stock plugins, and I'm mixing in Cubase 5. DAW doesn't matter. Whatever DAW that you are okay with, just stick to that. Alright, as time goes on, then you learn the new DAWs. I'm cool with Cubase. It gives me no reason to stop using it. So guys, we're gonna consider this song and I'm gonna loop only this section. All right, let's zoom in. All right, so I want you to listen to it, then later on I will start introducing the plugins to you. So now listen.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy. I beka la pass. Meti me dibi me na me who's a blabo and no from ubo laziness or china oh da come so man for do something na man shifum materia ye fi besi den na makoklum.
That's super simple. So now I'm gonna bypass everything and reintroduce them to you. Alright, so anytime I record in Cubase, I mostly create group channels. As you can see, group 1, then the hook, then I always send the recording track, the track that I recorded the vocals on, to group channels. This is gonna help you get more CPU. If you load all the plugins on the same track or recording track, your machine, your PC gonna run slow. All right, so the best advice that I would tell you is always create a group track, then send that group track to any of them. All right, if you are new to Cubase and you want me to do a full tutorial video for you how to mix in Cubase step by step, leave a comment and I will do that. So on the group track, let me mute everything here. I'm going to bypass everything here. Alright, let's bypass everything like this. So as you can see on the track that I recorded the vocals, the only thing I will introduce is AutoTune. Alright, and why do you use AutoTune? We use AutoTune to pitch our vocals. Alright, so this was my settings. If you are new to AutoTunes, I have a full video taking you through step by step. This was the routine speed, then I gave it a little bit humanized. I didn't touch anything here. Set my key, which was D minor, and the soprano was my input type. Guys, let's listen to the AutoTune on the vocals alone.
You go crazy, I beka la pass. Meti me dibi me na me who's a blabo and no from ubo laziness or china oh da come so man for do something na man shifum materia ye fi besi den na makoklum.
Now you are finding it difficult to hear the vocals, right? That's why the next thing we're gonna do is to compress. Alright, and anytime you want to compress a vocal, do not highlight the vocals and just give it volume here. No, don't do this. Just stick to the input that the artist gave it to you. All right, then the work of the compressor gonna make it a little bit louder. We're gonna compress. So what I did was I sent this track to the group channel here. All right, then on the group track, let's open that. The first thing I did was to introduce this compressor, which is coming from Cubase default. Then I select this preset, lead vocals in your face. All right, and this was my threshold, my ratio, my makeup. You can see it was a little bit fast attack and fast release. If you are new to Compressor, I have a full video there. You can watch the video that will pop up on the screen, or go back to my channel and watch basic tutorials on Compressor if you're a beginner. So now let's listen to the Compressor together with the AutoTune on our vocals.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy. I beka la pass. Mate me DB.
Without a compressor, I want you to pay attention. The volume gonna come down. Listen without a compressor.
Me na me who's a blabo and no from laziness or china oh that come so man for do something. Na man chifo material ye fi. Me sit then na ma go.
With a compressor.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy. I beka la pass. Mate me DB me na me who's a blabo and no from laziness or china oh that come so man for do something. Na man chifo material ye fi. Me sit then na ma go.
So now you have auto-tuned the vocals, you have compressed the vocal. The next thing you're gonna put in your mind when it comes to mixing is EQ. Alright, so what I did, I used this EQ box here, the equalizer from Cubase. Then you click here, then I chose high pass. Alright, then this one too, I boosted the high ends a little bit. This is the first EQ that I did. Alright, so let's listen to that. You have to use good headsets and monitors before you can actually hear the difference.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo.
I'm gonna mute the beat. Listen to this.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me.
You can hear more of the highs. Let me exaggerate things whilst I'm playing.
Me show be a blabo jin you go crazy. I beka la pass. Mate me DB me na me who's a blabo and no from laziness.
So anytime you record and you feel like your vocals are weak, always try and boost the high ends a little bit. This is gonna give the vocals fresh air, more room to breathe. Alright, and you're gonna feel that superb vibe from your vocals. Alright, so this was the little setting that I did. Without this, listen.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me.
You can hear that the vocals are not clean. They sound like muddy, boxy, noisy. Alright, but with this little EQ, hear the difference.
Life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy. I beka la pass. Mate me DB me.
So if you are new to EQ, I also got a video for you. Go and watch that. Alright, now the next thing I did was to introduce de-esser. And why do we use de-esser? We use de-esser to control the sibilance and the pops. I mean the pip, the SS, alright, and the PPs that comes out when the artist is recording. We don't want more of the sibilance and the pops. That's why we use pop filters in front of the mic. But when you record your vocals, try and use the de-esser, alright, to control a little bit of the sibilance and the pops. So now listen to the de-esser together with the compressor and this particular EQ and the auto-tune on the vocals.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy. I beka la pass. Mate me.
So when you watch here, when you watch over here, when there's more SS, the de-esser will come in to cut off some of the SS. Alright, so when you see those red lights here, meaning the sibilance are more, so you control the amount by playing with this S reduction here. Super simple. You can also browse through the presets. If it's a male, just go for male light or male heavy, depending on the vibe that you want to achieve. So this was my settings. Just watch here. When there's more sibilance, the red light gonna come inside. I want you to pay attention to the lazy. So you can hear when he says lazy, there's more SS. So the de-esser gonna reduce the sibilance.
Touching a that come so man for do something. A man shifum material ye feet, messy then a man cockroom.
That's super simple. The next thing I introduced was the noiser. I don't want any noise in my vocals. If your room is not treated, make sure you control the vocals well. Alright, so the denoiser, we want to cut some of the background noise, some of the noise that our microphone picked whilst recording, and we can also use the gate to do that. And mostly I choose clean lead vox. They're gonna do the same thing. I will come back and take you through how to set a correct gate. I mean, if you don't know the gate, the function is to set a particular threshold that's gonna allow some of the frequencies that we recorded to pass through the mix. All right, it works similar like the EQ. All right, so you can actually use that to control the background noise. So this was the only plugins on the lead vocals. All right, the compressor, the de-esser, the denoiser, and the gate. And guys, I introduced the far filter, cut off some of the low ends, did some surgical EQ, boosted some of the 2K ends, then gave it a little bit high ends. As you can see, I've already done much here, so you don't have to go crazy. In mixing, less is the best. All right, so let's listen to this on our vocals alone.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy. I beka la pass. Matey me DB me.
So later on, I'm gonna bypass the far filter for now because I'm mixing with only stock plugins.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy.
So what you need to put in your mind, the more you mix or you be adding plugins, the more you're gonna lose volume. All right, the volume of the vocals gonna compress down. So once it is compressing down, then you are compensating for the loss in volume. That's how we mix. All right, we mix, we compensate for the loss in volume, we EQ, then we add what we want. There's no rules for mixing, but there are some things that always you have to put on the vocals. One is the EQ, the compressor, the de-esser, and additional plugins depends on the vibe that you want to achieve. All right, so now after this I introduce the reverb. Okay, reverb A. As you can see, this was my setting, the pre-delay, the room size, the reverb time. And guys, if you are a beginner, and guys, if you are new to reverb, I have a cheat code video there. You don't have to stress yourself. All you need to do is go and watch that particular video. I'm gonna take you through step by step. Super simple. So now I also introduced the reverb 2. All right, and I cut some of the low ends of the reverb. This is one thing you always have to do to your reverb so that it's gonna be clean. Sometimes try and cut off some of the low ends of the reverb. So guys, right from that, I just send the reverb to the group channel here. All right, super simple like this. I'm gonna bypass the beat, and I gave it about -8 dB. So listen to this on the vocals.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy. I beka la pass. Matey me DB me na me husa blabo and na from ubo laziness or china that come so man for do something. Na man shifum material ye feet, messy then na makokrom.
This is super simple. We use the reverb to create more ambience, to fill up the background space. All right, we don't want the vocals to be dry. Next thing, or the next effect that I added was the delay. All right, and this was my settings. Super simple. Listen to the delay. I gave it about -35 dB. I don't want much on this particular vocals.
Me life, no money plenty.
I don't know whether you can hear. I'm gonna increase the volumes.
Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a.
Can you hear the difference?
Be a blabo jin you go crazy ab.
Can you hear?
See abeka la pass, mate me di be me.
Alright. So that's super simple. I gave it a little bit. And guys, this was the only thing that I inserted on these particular vocals and it sounds great. You can actually mix with stock plugins. If you want to know how to mix with waves, far filters, plugins, or different plugins on one particular song, then leave a comment. I'll come back and show you step by step. Now let's add everything.
Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy abeka la pass. Mate me di be me na me who's a blabo and no from ubo laziness or china da come so man for do something na man shifo material ye fi me si den na makoklom adie ya umewe klase intiana pe bia ma me shemukase me shenechi Putie na meni ase nti obra me brain e fi me mo flase ya ma me dide me beble o wi ase ma me abra me ho wanche o wi ase ye bedi edi ane pa di e ko e ase ya blind bone ye nti e wo se me start no man for do something yeah man for do something, yeah. Me life, no money plenty. Intina me yamadia ya na me show be a blabo jin you go crazy abeka la pass. Mate me di be me na me who's a blabo and no from ubo laziness or china da come so man for do something na man shifo material ye fi me si den na makoklom.
Now that you know how to mix in Cubase, if you are FL Studio producer, I mean you like recording in FL Studio, then watch the next video that will pop up on the screen to know how to record vocals perfectly in FL Studio. Until then, stay blessed.